Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of English with Sarvi. Today we want to talk about something which is tricky and important for both students of general English and the ones preparing for an exam like IELTS. And it's writing. Are you ready? Let's go! Well, the first point, which is significant and at the same time underestimated in writing, is simplicity. Students forget that it's important to write correctly. I know that we really want to impress people with our writings. We want to show off our English, but I see a lot of advanced vocabulary in my students' writings which are used in the wrong situation, and it has made their writing sort of odd and weird. Or some structures that they haven't even learned yet. It's completely natural that they don't really know how to use it in the writing, and it causes mistakes. Try to write simple with fewer words but accurately, instead of writing complicated, overcomplicating things and making more mistakes. Point number 2 is having some set phrases, some key phrases that could help you write a perfect writing. If you're preparing for your IELTS exam, your teacher might have already told you about them. You may even have a list of them. But remember that the most important thing about set phrases is to know how and when to use them. And point number 3 can help you a lot understanding this. The question that pops up here is that how can I learn when to use these set phrases? It's easy. Read samples. Point number 3 is reading samples. It's important that you read samples related to the thing that you're supposed to write in your exam. For example, if you're supposed to write about advantages and disadvantages of learning English in a foreign country, then you don't necessarily need to read about learning English in a foreign country. But you need to read lots of samples about advantages and disadvantages of something. Then you will know about the set phrases, the keywords that you need, and at the same time you will see how and when they are used in the writing. Now let's review some of those set phrases. In any writing exam, you will definitely need a variety of set phrases and words that can help you in order to, first, compare in the same way. As, for example, as well as, similar to, just as, or to contrast, however, on the contrary, otherwise, instead. On the other hand, you may need to give examples. For that, you can use for instance, for example, to illustrate, that is, namely, to paraphrase. Sometimes you need to state your opinion about something, and for that you can say, I believe, I think, from my perspective, from my point of view, according to me, or to me. You may need to generalize things. Overall, all things considered, basically, essentially, all in all, by and large, you may need to talk about certainty, certainly, undoubtedly, of course, definitely, no doubt. Sometimes you want to partially agree with something, in a way, almost, so to speak, to some extent, more or less. You may need to show cause, because, due to, owing to. When you want to show the effect of something, for this reason, so, the reason why, consequently, to make time, first, second, Firstly, to begin with, following this, as soon as, while, or meanwhile, since, afterwards. Sometimes you need to add information, in addition to, furthermore, moreover, what's more, even, besides. Sometimes you need to express a condition. If you know the conditionals, then it would be easy. For example, unless, if, provided that, in case. And to conclude, you say lastly, finally, to summarize, in summary, to conclude, in conclusion. I know that was a very short list, but it is really helpful for any writing task, and you may need to research on some of them a bit more. Just don't forget to read samples first. It's very important not to push these words into your writing. You need to know when and how to use them. Point number 4. If you're preparing for your IELTS exam, your teacher might have already told you this. It's really easy. Forget contractions. Do not say don't. Oh, really weird. Do not, don't. Okay, instead of I'm, write I am. Instead of she's, write she is. Instead of can't, write cannot. Avoid writing contractions. They are really sweet in speaking, but they can be really bitter in your writing when you lose marks over them. Point number 5. Avoid general words. Some people call them dead words, like really, so, a lot of, good. It's okay, and it's accepted from students in lower levels. They might not know marvelous, so they say, I'm good. Or they might not know furious, so they say, very angry. But in your writing, it is important to use strong words. If you want to look professional, you need to limit weak words and go for strong vocabulary. Point number 6 is actually the nightmare of many English teachers. You know, I see some of my students make some mistakes in their writing that they will not make them in their speaking in a million years. For example, Mashid never forgets the third person singular S at the end of her verbs when she's using the present simple. But when it comes to her writing, you see lots of verbs that are missing S. Do you know why? Because she doesn't check again. Yes, it's really simple. Check it again. I know, when an exam finishes, we just want to be done with it, done and gone. But you don't know how awesome things could go with your final score if you check that writing one more time. Point number 7. Accuracy over fluency. Did I hear myself right? Accuracy? Yes, I know. Many teachers, including me, always push you for more fluency, especially if you are in lower levels. But when it comes to writing, forget all of that. Accuracy is essential. In writing tasks, wherever you are in learning English, either you are beginner or advanced, you need to be correct. Even if it means fewer words or a simpler writing. Homework time. I want you to make some examples with the set phrases that were discussed in this video. Just like always, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. Thank you.